Hi, how you doing? My name's Steve Pietretti. I'm a second-year student, and I'm going to be your tour guide today. Okay, this is the PCO library. As you can see, it's a typical library. Over here to the left, we have all the journals you'll need for any type of paper that's required in any of the courses. There really aren't that many courses to write papers in, but everything that you need is here in the school. To the right are the audio-visual aids. Anytime there's a practical in the school, a teacher will give us a slide carousel. We can come down here on our own and study it whenever we want to. I don't like to really talk long in here because a lot of times I'll disrupt the students, and total concentration is required.
There's one. Get her! Get her!
In here is the student lounge. Students are giving a 10-minute break in between classes to just sort of relax. I doubt there'll be many people in here now, being that it's so early in the morning. Let's take a look. Usually we just come down here to unwind. This room really acts as a second library, mainly because it's so quiet, where we can just sit around and discuss optometry with our friends. Now we don't have that much time for socializing around here. All that matters to us is becoming really good optometrists. Let's see, back in the corner, there are a few pinball machines, a Pac-Man game, a foosball table, that sort of thing. Oh, there are vending machines in this corner of the room, in case you want a quick snack or lunch in between studying. Let's see, in the back right corner, there's the bookstore. You'll get to know that one really well. The lady that runs it, she's a sweetheart. Mrs. Degnan, we all love her here. We've taken to her like a second mother. Mitch Corey especially. Over there. Okay, now in here we have the main lecture hall. It looks like, yes, it's a second-year ocular biology lecture going on right now. As you can see, it's important to us that we become successful primary care practitioners. You know what that means, don't you? Yes, I thought you would. Who doesn't? Well, really, you have to get a thorough working knowledge of every course that is taught here, and I'm proud to say that we are very sincere in our dedication to learn what goes on. Our class is very good about that. Geez, I can't remember the last time that somebody missed a class. They're just that important to us. We live for lecture. As far as taking notes, it's really not that important. What I personally like to do is just sit back and get the main ideas, and then I'll study the NTS notes as soon as they come out. Sometimes many of us will even go to the library right after lecture and dig up some extra material on the lecture of the day. We sort of make a library party out of it. This is the neuro or gross anatomy lab. In your first year, it seems like you have a lot of labs to take care of, a lot of material to cover, but it's honestly not that bad. The key to get by is to do your homework beforehand. Whatever lab handouts are given to you, go over it the night before, know exactly what you're going to have to do when you come in that next day. If you have questions during the lab, talk to the teacher. In that way, you won't even have to come in on your own before a lab practical. As a matter of fact, there's a lab practical in here tomorrow in neuroanatomy, and that's one of our tougher courses. And as you can see, there are no students in here. Nobody seems to be too worried about it. That's something special I found out about optometry students last year. I was rather surprised. It's the way we can handle the pressure. I mean, no matter what the teachers throw at us or no matter how hard it seems, we can handle it, and we'll come out on top in the end.
On November 13th, Felix Barker was asked to leave his place of residence. That request came from his wife. Deep down, he knew she was right, but he also knew that someday he would return to her. Having no place else to go, he arrives at the home of his childhood friend, Alvin Beyer. Earlier, Beyer's wife had thrown him out also, asking that he never return. Can two divorced optics professors screw an entire class out of at least one letter grade? Watch The Odd Couple every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 o'clock on WIBS.
Over the years, students at PCO have had to deal with ever-increasing levels of stress. Financial problems, pregnant wives, practicals, neuro exams, all these type of problems come up. In response to the students' needs, the college itself has cut out all psychological help. We're going to ask some students how they deal with stress at PCO. Sir, how do you deal with stress at PCO?
Well, I like to rape, pillage, plunder, and rape.
But you said rape twice.
I like rape.
This guy likes rape. Young ladies, how do you deal with stress at PCO?
We like to have lots and lots of sex.
Indiscriminately.
With as many men as possible.
Oh, it'll be a stress workshop at my place tonight. Sir, how do you handle stress?
Well, I like to look at girly magazines and masturbate.
Don't know about this guy. Excuse me, sir, how do you deal with stress at PCO?
Well, Dr. Perrette Barker turned me on to the PCO bog.
Here, watch this.
Wow.
Wow, what a bomb hit! PCO bongs, available at the bookstore. Free hits in the physio lab.
Well, Lorraine, Gross Lab is just about over this year. I know, and we've got the same old problem every year. What are we going to do with the cadavers? By the way, Sue, did you pick up your paycheck? That's right. I forgot we were going grocery shopping today. I don't know how we can afford to eat on what PCO pays us.
Are these familiar problems? Don't know what to do with your cadaver? Having trouble with your grocery bills? Try new Cadaver Helper. One case of Cadaver Helper and a 150-pound human cadaver can feed a family of 4 for a month. And it's all protein. Cadaver Helper. No mess, no smell, no fuss. It's so quick and easy, and it won't cost you an arm and a leg.
It's delicious and so economical. And just think, last week this was nothing more than a mangled human corpse.
Cadaver Helper. Nutritious, delicious, and economical. And your family will never know. New from Betty Cochran.